Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to ELTAI webinar 53rd session. Today our session will be on soft skills, building tomorrow's talent. So as we begin our session, I would like to play a short video clip on ELTAI introducing its activities and functionalities. Let us watch the video together and come back to the session. Thank you, everyone. I once again welcome all of you to ELTAI webinar 53rd. And I take pleasure in introducing Dr. Satish Kumar Nadimballi, one of the moderators of today's session. Dr. Satish Kumar Nadimballi is the convener of ELTAI Godavari chapter. He is presently working as Assistant Professor of English in the Training and Placement Cell, SRKR Engineering College, Bhimavaram, Andhra Pradesh. He did his PGDTE, MPhil, and PhD in Linguistics and Phonetics from the English and Foreign Languages University, Hyderabad. He is an avid researcher. He has published many research papers in international journals. His research areas include linguistics and phonetics, English language education, and Telugu and Kannada syntax. He has also bagged 2 Best Paper Awards for his research work in the area of English language teaching and linguistics. Now I take pleasure in handing over the session to Dr. Satish Kumar Nadimballi. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Pradeep Singh, sir, for the introduction. A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. At the very outset, on behalf of all English teaching community, sincere thanks to the organizing committee of ELTAI for relentlessly and regularly keeping the academic pursuits active, even during these hard times, for the benefit of all language teachers. From Godavari chapter of ELTAI, it's an immense pleasure and privilege to welcome all of you teachers of English and students to the ELTAI webinar 53, which is titled Soft Skills Building Tomorrow's Talent. As we all know, soft skills are intangible attributes that enable one to engage in meaningful interactions with others. Since most jobs require teamwork, it's important for students to possess soft skills to enhance their employability. Soft skills are those desirable qualities that apply across a variety of jobs and life situations. Traits such as integrity, communication, courtesy, responsibility, professionalism, flexibility, teamwork, and so on. In this pandemic situation, as the future seems questionable, the speaker will relate these skills to the present and future needs. And now I deem it a privilege in welcoming all the 3 speakers, Dr. Rajakumar Guduru, Sai Subhakar, and Gayatri, who readily accepted our invitation to be part of the program today. And now let me have the honor of introducing Dr. Rajakumar Guduru, who is presently an assistant professor in the School of Humanities, Social Sciences and Management, IIT Bhubaneswar, a PhD in English Language Education from the English and Foreign Languages University. He's been actively engaged in teaching, training, and research. He has, to his credit, many publications, presented papers at international forums. His research interests include developing critical vocabulary of ESL learners, cognitive reading skills, second language acquisition, teacher education and development, communication skills, technology, and language teaching. He has got many academic honors and awards, some of which are Teaching Excellence Award for consistently best performance in teaching for the academic year 2021, Award for Teaching Excellence for the academic year 1920, Award for Commendable Teaching for the academic year 1819, and the list goes. Welcome to the webinar, Dr. Rajkumar Guduru, sir. And we have 2 student speakers, Sai Subhakar from the stream of Electronics and Communication Engineering, and Gayatri from Electrical and Electronics Engineering, both from SRKR Engineering College, Bhimavaram. Welcome to the webinar, Subhakar and Gayatri, for an interactive session with the speaker. We'll now have a presentation by Dr. Rajakumar for 15 minutes, followed by an interactive session with the students for 20 minutes. I now request Dr. Rajakumar, sir, to start his presentation. Over to you, sir.
Sir, can you turn on your mic?
Hello, good evening, everyone. Hope you're all safe and keeping good health during this pandemic situation. Well, it's an immense pleasure to be a part of this ELTAI webinar, and I welcome you all to today's session. Well, there is a lot of confusion as we see around, okay, as we experience the present society, all right, situations, all right, the things are quite unusual and quite not normal. But we have to accept the situation as learners, as educators, and we have to move on in the present situation, and as well as looking to the future with a hope, and we have to all be resilient to accept the situation and be the winners in the kind of in the competition. All right. I just to take you to the PPT quickly because we have a very less time. So please, can you, yeah. So soft skills building tomorrow's talent. And hiring people is an art, not a science. I hope you all agree with me with this particular quotation. It's quite obvious that, all right, hiring people is not a science, it's an art. Therefore, as we are graduating from different courses and from different walks of life, we need to be artists when it comes to when we are looking for a job. Therefore, its message is quite clear that we have to evolve ourselves as artists in the job competition. Now, I would like you all to walk through the 3 different walls. All right, don't worry, don't be afraid that I'll be taking you to unknown walls, but I'll be walking you through the known walls. The first one is the normal world. I call it a normal world because we've been gradually evolving from one to the second and to the third, and now we are into the 4th industrial revolution already. It is also known as Industry 4.0. We feel it very much in its applications like information and communication technologies, digitalization of manufacturing in the form of application and integration of artificial intelligence, and virtual reality in broad fields like entertainment, education, and businesses. And also communication via networking, networks, and automation of production system. All these things are very much part of day-to-day life, and we've been experiencing, and as part of this particular 4th industrial revolution, the jobs are already threatened by automation. There is a lot of automation that is coming into the field of industries where it is replacing the humans. There is also fear that this particular artificial intelligence might come into the domains of human specific, for example, emotional intelligence. But still there are questions that the humans are they're more kind of intelligent than machines, and machines can never take over the human intelligence. Now, I would like to take you to the next world, that is a new normal world. As we are experiencing the COVID virus pandemic, and it has put the people as well as the companies in a critical position. Especially when we're talking about the job points of view, we put the companies in different critical positions. For example, redefining the existing job responsibilities. All right, people are questioning what are the job responsibilities that are today and how they should take it forward. Next, preserving the jobs itself is becoming challenging for all the companies, and facing global competition as the companies are totally hit by this pandemic. And also hiring recently unemployed people from other fields. There are certain companies who take advantage of hiring people who are unemployed or who are cut down from other companies because they're already skilled and they have experience, ample experience, and there are companies they can make use of this particular opportunity. So this is a new normal world because the future has already come. The future has come 10 years before it's supposed to come. All right. So therefore, it's a new normal. We have to accept it and understand it before we really get into the job market. And understanding the present situation is quite important as we are graduating from different courses and looking for jobs in different companies. All right, because we should understand that the COVID cannot stop all the jobs and all the companies from evolving. All right, so it has affected, that is true, but there is always a positive side of the situation. Jobs are evolving very quickly. We should understand that. Although there is a lot of confusion, although there is a lot of hesitation and worries in the mind of the graduates, we should understand and we should be hopeful that jobs are evolving quickly. And as they're evolving, we should also understand that companies are focusing on redeployment, right? So understanding the present companies and their mindset, making use of their employees in different sectors of the organization. They can play with the employees and they can make use of their services in different walks of the organization for different purposes. They might have recruited an employee on for a particular project, but once the project is over, they don't want to lose the employee because he's already evolved himself into the system. Therefore, they will immediately make use of his services in the next assignment. In that way, it is very important that we need to update ourselves with the skills. And companies are also looking for new hires who will grow with the company. Right? As graduates, we should understand that there is a tendency within us that we just join a particular company, and from there we look for an opportunity for a few years and to gain experience and look for more other opportunities from somewhere else. Okay, that should not be the attitude when you really look forward to a better job opportunities. We should always stick to the company as the companies want you and they make use of your services. In this particular situation, new graduates they have to prepare themselves for the future job roles in the new brave world, because future is uncertain. So one has to acquire the skills that are required to play a brave role in the brave new world. Now, when we say that understanding the present situation, when we move ahead, the building talent comes an important aspect. Now, there is a need for collaboration between academia and industry, because there seems to be some kind of mismatch. That's the reason why the graduates are not performing up to the mark when they really enter the jobs. So companies are facing problems and they're not able to recruit the actual and the right people when it comes to the right tasks. Therefore, there seems to be a gap between academia and industry in collaboration. All right, so it is the responsibility of the academia to see the need and to well prepare the students for the industry. So when they collaborate together, there is more possibility of preparing students for the future. So the academia can focus on four major themes. The first one is a preparedness. We have to prepare the learners as part of our syllabus, as part of our education that we impart in the learners. We must make them as soldiers who prepare for the war. We must instill some confidence and readiness in the learners to face the new world after graduation. And the second main theme is the skills. We should also take extra measures and the responsibilities to hone and improve learners' skills as they are with us. As they are doing the courses, it's our responsibility to see that the skills are honed, the skills are improved. And the next broad theme is collaboration. And today we're talking about learning by collaborating with different walks of life. The projects can be incorporated. Students are constantly given projects and assignments where they collaborate with other students, other companies. For example, the internships. All right, so we should help as part of the academia. Internships should be the part of the students' learning programs. So that way, they get fine-tune their collaborative skills, and then they prepare themselves. And the next main theme which the academia should focus is planning. We should help the learners to plan their future beforehand. Right? It's not that just by the end of the career, academic degree, they just offer some kind of placement. Under placements, that they offer some kind of training sessions, but they should from the beginning should plan and help learners and motivate learners to plan their future. All right, so that learners are futuristic in their thinking and in what they want to achieve in life. And therefore, when they plan, they can set their goals accordingly and how they want to and what they want to become in professional career. So these kind of preparedness takes us to once we prepare learners under these four themes. This is what we just help learners acquire the soft skills. Now, what are the soft skills? Soft skills are the personality traits and behaviors displayed in different situations. It could be day-to-day situations too. All right, we don't develop these skills overnight, or by the end of the course, or by the end of the degree that we are going to kind of achieve. No, that is wrong, or the misconception that we have. So students don't really care for as they walk through the education, or as they walk through the courses. So they should see the importance of learning these soft skills from the very beginning, and they should display these traits, behavioral traits, in day-to-day walk of life too. And soft skills are professional traits needed across jobs, organizations, and industries. All right, as we exhibit them in day-to-day life, these are also very important because they come with practice. They come with a rigorous practice, not simple practice, right? So when we exhibit them in day-to-day in all walks of our life, and gradually we will be preparing ourselves to kind of function in the jobs when we join the organizations and the industry. Therefore, it's very important. These days, it's very important that transferable soft skills have become extremely important hiring criteria for jobs in the future. So, okay, it's not merely soft skills, but the transferable soft skills which the companies are looking for. So, people who possess these transferable soft skills can stand out from the crowd. But when we look at the graduates, as we have seen, as we hear frequently from the industry, graduates are lacking in soft skills. Okay, so this is a very this is a thing we have all the graduates and all the teachers also, all the academy has to look into, and then see what best we can do to the learners. And the soft skills in the brave new world, research and experience in the industry shows that there is a need for transferable soft skills across industries and occupations. All right, so what are these transferable soft skills? I'm emphasizing the fact that transferable soft skills, not any soft skills. All right, so because these skills can be transferable when the situation, or when the employees are deployed into different walks of the organization, or different wings of the organization for different functions. Therefore, when the companies hire you, it doesn't mean that they hire you for one specific job. They can put you into different they can give you other responsibilities as and when they get different assignments. Therefore, when the graduates possess these transferable soft skills, and they'll feel at ease, and they'll be able to perform well under the pressing situations. Now, some of the transferable soft skills are like critical thinking, problem solving, emotional intelligence, adaptability, communication skills, leadership, innovation, creativity, team building, etc. Right? These are not quite new to us as by terminology. We are all familiar with, as we all get to hear. We might have attended some of the seminars or webinars or workshops on this particular topic, the soft skills. But what next is very important. One has to prepare oneself, and one has to take it seriously, and do the self-analysis, and kind of acquire these skills day to day, and therefore one will be very comfortable. And in short, jobs in the future will need new technical skills. All right, that is for sure. That other day someone was asking, what if I have only technical skills and don't have soft skills? Or if I have only soft skills and don't have technical skills, will I have any advantage? No. The first thing is that technical skills are very important. All right. On top of it, the soft skills are added. All right. On top of it, you have to acquire the soft skills so to function, so to kind of perform well in the particular situation right? That both things are very important. They go hand in hand. And obviously, work is becoming more and more human centric. All right, in any company or any organization, work is becoming more human centric because we deal with the humans. We get things done, and we also get we do things for the people, and we also get things done by the people or by colleagues or by the professionals that we meet. All right, therefore, it is human centric. We have to understand this particular thing in the sense that jobs will need more human, socio emotional, and cognitive skills. Right. So we have to keep in mind that these are the soft skills, right? That will help us or kind of enable us or kind of make us competent to perform well within the situation, within the given situation, wherever we are, be it a company, be it an organization, or it's a core industry. And having the right skills can get you a job even in difficult times. All right. So these days, it's very important that we possess the right skills at the right moment. But when the future is sometimes uncertain, it's very difficult to pinpoint the right skills. Therefore, only when students are futuristic, when they can think into the future and see what kind of jobs would be kind of evolving in the future, if they have some kind of understanding about the future, only they can aim at achieving or acquiring these right skills, and obviously such students will stand they will stand out from the crowd, and they will have advantages over the others. Therefore, it is very important to possess the right skills to get the right jobs even in the difficult times. So this is what is very important. Please understand that these soft skills are to be exhibited in day-to-day walks of life, and then we have to make it our role when we exhibit them, and then we have to see that see what is lacking, or what are the points to be improving in the day-to-day kind of day-to-day what's that, the performance, right? It may be small interaction with a friend. It may be an interaction kind of with a small kid, or it may be an interaction with the parents, or it may be an interaction with the teacher, right? So we have to always be conscious about the kind of interaction we are doing, the kind of communication that we are carrying out in day-to-day life, and then be conscious about it, and then see what are the points to be improving. So you have to do the self-analysis, take the points for improvement, and then we have to hone them day by day until we achieve some kind of perfection. So then we will be at an advantage over the others. So with this message, I kind of invite the questions from the student delegates.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving me this opportunity. As the situation outside is very horrifying, I have a question which is related to the pandemic situation. What has been the impact on COVID-19, that is the pandemic situation, on the global soft skills, sir?
Well, first of all, the pandemic has a very great impact on the personal as well as the thinking, the personal aspects as well as the thinking or the mind of the graduates. Okay, so there's created a lot of fear in them that there are no more jobs in the future. Okay, so that's a false or the misconceptions that has been created. But students should understand, although we see the situation as different, right? Although there are some kind of it's a long way to economic recovery, but the future is quite promising, and then we have to be hopeful to the future that there are jobs are evolving, and then we have to prepare ourselves. We have to prepare ourselves, and then when the right situation or when the right moment clicks, you have to prepare yourself and be ready for the moment to fit into the job situation or the company when the opportunity comes. So therefore, it is sure that the pandemic has an impact on the mind of the students, but it is only a temporary. No pandemic can stop jobs, creating new jobs or no evolving new jobs in the future. But when the students, as I said, when they have a plan, when they have plan for the future, when they are futuristic in their thinking and in their confidence, obviously they will be standing in a right position to accept the right jobs. Yeah. Any next question, please?
Yes, sir. Thank you for the explanation, sir. I have a question, sir. Can you please mention the soft skills which are crucial in the age of artificial intelligence, sir?
Right. There are yeah, again there are misconceptions that artificial intelligence will take over the human domains, the skills pertaining to human domains. For example, emotional intelligence. So that can never happen by the machines, because machines are machines. But even if it happens, maybe it might take a long way. It's a long way. Therefore, we have to be we have to be confident, and we have to improve the emotional intelligence, which is very important. Right, in the pandemics like this, there is a lot of crisis that is happening in the industry itself. Therefore, to understand the other person, emotional intelligence is very important. Next thing is critical thinking. Right? Critical thinking it comes handy when the companies are facing issues. So making decisions is very important. Taking decisions is very important. Analyzing the situations is very important when the crisis occurs. Therefore, companies are looking for people with critical skills and critical thinking skills rather. And the next one is communication skills. That goes without saying. Communication skills is all the more felt. The need for communication is felt in all walks of the job or in a personal as well as professional life. Therefore, communication skills will put you at an advantage. Both. When I say communication skills, you need to hone your both oral as well as speaking skills. So, for example, writing. You must be good at writing emails in a formal context. All right, and you must be able to articulate and present yourself when it comes to making a presentation. All right, so these are some of the things, some of the skills, and there are many more skills which are kind of readily required from the job point of view under the pressing situations. So there is a leadership skills which is very important, and also what is that? Some of the things I've already let me take you here. These are all the skills, transferable skills they are called. So all these skills fit into the difficult situations. Therefore, one has to be ready with all these skills when it comes to kind of operating in a difficult situations like pandemics like this. Yeah.
Thank you for the explanation, sir.
Well, that's a very great information from you, sir. That will help the students to improve them in all those aspects. But what could be the key driving factors and challenge in the industry, which the students have, that is, we have to be aware of, sir?
Yeah, students have to be aware of just while improving their soft skills and preparing themselves. When they are preparing themselves, they must be aware of the industry itself. All right, so they have to think about what can go wrong, what situations, under what will be the pressing situations in the industry or the companies when they join. Okay, they have to be thinking to that extent, and then have made plans ready for dealing with such situations. Probably under these particular situations, there can be a kind of salaries might be cut to half of the rates. So in that case, how do employees face this particular situation? How do they welcome this particular situation? Do they simply say no to it and then just resign from the jobs, or do they welcome until there is economic recovery and then they stick with the company for the long time? So these kind of pressing situations can always test the employees and then their patience. And then when you prove yourself and remain kind of loyal to the organization, obviously you will stand and you'll be given a credit within the organization. Therefore, you have to foresee the situations and prepare for the worst when you join or when you're prepared to join any company. So we have to understand even before you join, you have to understand the company's profile. Okay, the company, to what extent the company can grow, what is its future goal, what are its objectives, what are its aims, okay, to what extent it can spread its wings. Can you really to what level you can see your promotion into the particular organization, to what extent you can kind of render your services for the benefit of the organization. So all these things you have to kind of think about even before you join the organization. So you have to be well informed about the situations, and you have to foresee sometimes the critical situations where you need to operate and come over those situations with a smile rather. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, sir. That's a good thing.
So one more question. Are there any websites or apps that provide soft skills learning activities, games, and exercises, sir?
All right. So yeah, websites for example, see, one of the critical thinking skills. All right. If you want to improve critical thinking skills, students are used to playing video games, right? So playing video games can help you to develop your critical thinking. All right. So there are very few websites probably, or other apps which focus particularly or specifically on soft skills. Okay, but I've come across two of the apps in India which are quite doing well. Probably one is a Skill Genie, it is called, and the other one is a Skillsoft. These are the two apps where students can register themselves, and then probably they can make use of some of the resources available under these particular apps. So in other words, they can use some of the games, video games, and there are many ways of improving soft skills. Okay, by observing other people, right? When you watch a movie, for example, movies can also act to a great extent to hone your soft skills. If you're aware and if you have a presence of mind to some of the skills that these actors and the artists exhibit. Therefore, one has to be open and see what is that is coming readily to you. What is that suppose you are watching a program or you're listening to some speech or whatever, be open to the useful information, and what you must see by the end of the program or the speech, what is the takeaway message for my improvement, for my personal improvement or my professional improvement. So you have to make note of that and then try to incorporate that particular aspect, improve on that and incorporate it and develop it. Therefore, it's a day-to-day activity, and these skills can be acquired from many walks of life if you're aware of the situations.
Yes, sir. What was the other app, sir? Skillsoft and?
I'm sorry?
What was the other app? Skillsoft and?
I didn't get you. Again.
You mentioned two apps, no, sir. What was the other app? Skillsoft and?
There's a Skill Genie, it is called. Skill Genie and Skillsoft.
Okay,
these are the two apps. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So as we cannot go and we should not go to kill the pandemic situation outside, the only thing we are very close to, or the only source we have to communicate with others is the internet, sir. But how far can we use this internet thing to improve our soft skills under the gravity of this pandemic situation, sir?
Yes. In a way, this internet is a blessing for all of us. We all acknowledge that, right? So when the situation itself is not quite welcoming outside, let's say when we can make use of online services, there are a number of resources, all right? So we can make use of the services from different companies or agencies or some kind of educational organizations which offer online courses. Therefore, there is a best way to make use of the online services and then learn soft skills. Okay, so um, uh, online it has great advantages because we can make a tailor-made courses and offer then and there as and when required. All right, as per the specific needs of the company or the specific needs of the learners, we can offer courses online or the training online. So that saves the time, that saves the resources, and this saves the energies of the people. All right, and it's very easy and very convenient. So with the advanced communication technologies, okay, that we are experiencing day to day, so it's always possible and it is very much feasible to make use of the online services in conducting as well as getting trained in different walks of personality development or soft skills or even some of the hard skills. Therefore, it's worth making use of the online courses and online training and everyone under these pressing situations make use of this opportunity.
Uh, Thank you, sir. Thank you for that.
Sir, how can we highlight our soft skills in a job search, sir?
All right, that's a wonderful question, and many students have this doubt.
Yes,
See,
sir.
when in the job search, mainly we focus on the resumes and the cover letters, right? So therefore, it's very important that you have a good hold on framing a cover letter and also framing the resume or CV. All right. So different sections are available on the CV for highlighting different skills. Okay, there is a section for highlighting hard skills. There is a different section for highlighting your soft skills. Therefore, you have to appropriately highlight the skills that are required by the companies. All right. It's not just generally you mention some of the soft skills which you are good at. When you look at the advertisements or companies, what is that job descriptions, sometimes they clearly mention what kind of skills they are looking for. Right? They clearly mention the skills. Sometimes they mention the leadership skills. Sometimes they mention the communication skills that is required from their job description point of view. Therefore, we have to be aware of the needs of the job, and when you read the job description, that is quite clear, and you see and highlight accordingly your soft skills which are required from the point of view of the jobs. All right. Therefore, highlighting rightly in your resume or CV, all right, that can put you in a kind of that you can serve as an advantage, because immediately when they go through your CV or resume, what they look for is from the company's requirement point of view, they will immediately point out to the skills that are mentioned there. Okay, are the skills matching with the company's profile or the job profile? Then they would feel very happy to welcome you. If not, probably that would be the kind of scrutiny, or yeah, you would be kind of scrutinized then and there. So resumes can also act as a kind of scrutiny. So it's very important both in the covering letter as well as in the resumes to highlight appropriately the skills that are required.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the explanation, sir.
Sir, as these soft skills are very much concerned to those interviews and jobs, how are these soft skills are assessed in recruitment or admission process, sir?
Well, first of all, it is said that it's very hard to kind of test the soft skills. All right, it's very difficult to put someone under the test when it comes to testing the soft skills. Therefore, there is no one particular criteria, but generally there is a pre-placement assessment which is called, or there is a test that is conducted before before they offer any job. So that can be that can serve as one of the tests, and also the way students answer the questions in the interview, the way students behave in the interview, and also while they're waiting for the interview, also the way you greet the people there, the way you walk into the organization. Sometimes these are all put under the scan. So therefore, people can test. I mean, they can test you the way from the way you communicate with the interviewers. Or say the way you kind of answer the questions, the way you look, the way you appear. Right. So these are all the things quite visible from the for the people who are experienced, okay, who are interviewing the candidate. Therefore, it is very easy for them to see through your personality, right? From the way you look to, from the way you dress, right? From the way you kind of do your body language, right? So all these things communicate about you and your soft skills. It's not about there is a particular test. Okay, so sometimes the questionnaires can also be administered to know the interests and preferences and the personalities of the candidates. So this way, there are there is no hard and there is no particular test which is called testing for testing the soft skills, but these are of the some of the ways and means to look into the sort of behavioral aspects of people skills when the candidate appears for the interview.
Thank you, sir. Your information will definitely help us to perform well in the interviews. So thank you.
Sir, are there any certificate courses in soft skills offered by national institutions, sir?
Okay, this is a good question. This can serve as an information for the learners. Well, yeah, I myself remember attending a leadership program when IIT Madras offered it some 10 years ago. So therefore, what we have to, as learners, what we have to look for is that always we have to be aware of some of the training programs that are happening in and around. So some of the premier institutions do offer, okay, the training sessions or training courses or certificate courses. For example, IIM, Kozhikode, IIM Kolkata, okay, and IIT Madras. Some of the premier institutions do offer, but the fees is quite high. I'm afraid that as learners, we may not be able to kind of afford to that training programs. It is actually meant for trainers already employed in the companies. But there is there's a platform called NPTEL, the Swayam portal. If you just kind of visit that portal, there are a number of courses offered in this direction. So these are 12 weeks courses and 20 weeks courses, okay, offered by different professors from premier institutions like IITs or IIMs. So there is on this particular NPTEL program platform, there is a course called Soft Skills, which is being offered by Professor Vinod Kumar, I guess. He's from IIT Roorkee. So this course is for 12 weeks, which is offered right now. So some of us can register on this and then get benefits. So We have to constantly look for some of the certificate courses that are being offered under these institutions, and as and when they offered, and it's better for us to do these courses and get benefit. And as learners, we have to. Yeah.
Yes, sir, I'll check that out, sir. Thank you for answering the question, sir.
Sir, as we are studying in the colleges and as we spend more time in covering our academics, how effective are these academics help to learn our soft skills, sir?
This is a wonderful question. And this is quite obvious. See, as part of the academics, as part of the syllabus, institutions and universities and colleges, they do offer some kind of training modules. There are certain training modules included in the syllabus itself. All right. I myself being on the board of kind of what is that syllabus designing, I myself have come across these modules for the graduates, outgoing graduates. So therefore, I have noticed that institutions do take care of the training and placement by incorporating syllabus training and the modules on soft skills and other personality development skills into the curriculum. So therefore, it is a responsibility of the academia to prepare the learners in this direction, and they do take care of them. So it is up to the learners. See, although there are number of modules offered in different under different courses, but students take it very easy. Right? They don't realize the importance of them from the very beginning, but suddenly they wake up one fine morning and it's by then it's too late, and as a result they resort to some kind of short training and the placement and training, which may not be very kind of what is that it may not help them to appropriately. Therefore, it is as learners one has to involve himself or herself into different activities that the college or institution providing differently. Okay, there are different clubs and there are different activities for the students, and there are seminars conducted. Okay, so these are all the parts of training we should say, and we should feel that way and make benefit out of these. But students hardly take interest in participating, attending programs, okay, and taking up the other additional responsibilities. These days, students are feeling it as a burden. But why do additional responsibilities come to us? They come to us because to teach us extra and additional skills. So wise students always take up the responsibilities, and then they make use of the opportunities that are provided by the institutions differently. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Rajkumar. During the past few months, living and working through the coronavirus crisis, the way we work has undergone huge changes, forcing us into different routines, new ways of connecting with colleagues, and bringing soft skills to the fore. Thank you, Dr. Rajkumar, for your periscopic reflection on soft skills, and your interactive session with students is very much the need of the hour. Now, let me put quickly a few questions from the participants also. There are so many questions, but since time is very less, we quickly go for 4 questions, and for all the remaining questions, they will be answered on through the website of ELTAI. So now the first question is here with comes from Dr. Mausmi. Now that all the students are at home, how do they learn interpersonal and intrapersonal skills? So they are very essential for soft skills.
All right. See, they are at home, but who stops them interacting with people around them or away from them? Nobody is stopping, because we have different means of this is what we are making use of the internet, online resources. All right. So there are so many resources for us to get connected ourselves and to get connected ourselves to with other people, and to connect other people to connect ourselves. Therefore, communication happens through different modes, and one has a willingness to make use of this, and there is always a possibility. Therefore, sitting at home, and this technology has made all the more easy for us to kind of interact with people wherever they are. So one doesn't have to go outside to interact with people. The moment you go out with interacting with people, you meet one or two, or rather you interact. I mean, what's that? The scope is very less. But sitting here, the whole world is before you. Therefore, open up the ways to interact with people, and it's all self-responsibility. Now, how do you create the opportunities for yourself to interact with people is an individual trait. Yeah.
Ma'am, you need to turn on your mic.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, here is a question from Sai Krishna. While imparting training in soft skills, what are the qualities and mindset that trainers or teachers need to develop?
This is a wonderful question. Yeah. So we are talking so much about from the students' perspective that they have to hone their skills and develop their skills. But what about the trainers? Right. So trainers are also, they have to be equally good at them, because the students, as they learn, they emulate them, or they imitate the qualities immediately kind of exhibited by the trainers themselves. Therefore, when we employ the trainers, are they worth teaching the soft skills? This has to be taken care of by the institutions. Therefore, the trainers have to have a pleasant personality. All right. He has to have a good understanding of the learners. He has to have a general awareness of the situations or the world. Okay, so these are all the things that are very much important on the part of the trainer who is going to train the learners or the graduates. So therefore, he has to have an open mind. Okay, and he has to exhibit all the personality traits. Okay, which are worth emulating by the students.
So relating to this, there is one more thing, but just very near to this question is by Mr. Eknath. Teaching soft skills is a challenging job. Which are the methodologies that will help a teacher to imbibe soft skills among his students? The methodologies that might help the teacher.
See, for example, teaching soft skills, yeah, you can use some kind of, first of all, you're teaching soft skills. As a teacher, you can use brainstorming skills, ice-breaking skills, okay? And kind of, you can use even before you begin the session, you can brainstorm for ideas and help the students to kind of get to know the topic that he's interested in. That is another way. And you can use the role plays. All right. So there are a number of ways to kind of impart soft skills. Most importantly, it is as I said, it's difficult to teach soft skills. Okay. We can only train them to some extent, or you can try to help them or motivate their interest to learn soft skills. But soft skills are it's hard learned, right? They are learned with experience. It's not that they are learned over a night or after training, after a week's training, or kind of months training. All right. So this kind of notion in the learners is it's a kind of misconception that soft skills can be taught with a training or with a short training. No, it's a kind of hard-earned skills, and they come from the very beginning, and this realization has to happen in the learners.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Rajkumar. You cleared the clouds, and the remaining questions from all the participants will be answered through the website of the ELTAI. Thank you for the questions. And now it is time for vote of thanks. I'm Professor Lakshmi from Sagi Ramakrishna Miraju Engineering College and a member of ELTAI family, and it's my privilege to propose vote of thanks. Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. These words of Henry Ford reflect in all the cerebral efforts of ELTAI family. With a deep sense of appreciation, I thank all the organizers and the technical support team for piloting this webinar series. I sincerely thank today's speaker, Dr. Rajkumar, for his insightful articulation on the fact that soft skills are quintessential for the workforce of today and indeed tomorrow. My special appreciation to the student members for their inquisitive participation. And I'm sure that they acquired a few soft skills with their experience today. I sincerely thank Dr. Satish Kumar Nadimpalli, convener, ELTAI Godawari chapter, for his coordination throughout, not just as a moderator. I must remark a proficient sense of gratefulness to our institution, Sagi Ramakrishna Raju Engineering College, Bhimavaram, for all its support and encouragement. Last but not the least, I distinctively thank all the participants of today's webinar. I salute to the entire ELTAI family for joining hands and flying high the flag of ELTAI. Special thanks to Dr. Xavier Pradeep Singh, the host of today's webinar. Thank you, one and all. Namaste. Now over to Dr. Xavier.
Hello again. This is time for making a few announcements. First one is with regard to the next webinar that is scheduled to be held on next Sunday, 23rd May 2021. The webinar will be on literature and the new humanities, reading Ambai's Deer in the Forest. And the registration link will be sent to you by email, and it will also be available on our social media channels. And the next announcement is with regard to the certificates. The link for submitting your details for the certificates will be sent to you by email around 6 o'clock. Kindly submit your details in the Google form sent to you by the email. The certificates are issued only to the members and the students. It takes at least 10 days to generate the certificates and send to you. So kindly wait for at least 10 days. We also update the issue of certificate in a Google Sheet, which has got a list of all the webinars that we have conducted so far. So you can check the status of your certificates for the previous session in that Google Sheet. We'll meet you again in the next week. Thank you, one and all.